everyone, I'm back with another video. It is a book review on this book, Bleed Like Me by C. Desire, either one. I think her first name is actually Krista. If I was to rate this book, I think I'd give it I think I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know, I didn't really care for the storyline. I'm trying to like get my thoughts together. Well, it says Bleed Like Me, and then below it down here it says the worst addiction is each other. And that is true. So, this book follows a girl named Amelia Gannon. Everyone just calls her Gannon. She's 17, and at the time she meets somebody named Michael Brooks, and they just call him Brooks. She lives with her parents and her 3 adopted brothers, which her parents picked them up off the streets of Guatemala, and her brothers are just, well, they're awful. In chapter 9, the part that stuck out with me and just made me not like the book, because I don't like when people, sorry I have an itch, when people abuse animals, and their brothers, well, 2 out of the 3 brothers took the new kitten of the neighbors and stabbed it and stepped on it and killed the kitten, and it was just that alone made it horrible for me. So I'm gonna tell you about the book, so spoilers, and yeah, I don't know if I would recommend this to anyone, just because it does deal with drugs and self-harm and animal cruelty and accidental suicide, and I don't know other people's thoughts and feelings on it. So I guess from my standpoint, you can see how one guy can get into a young girl's head and kind of like control her just like a tiny bit and get her into trouble and all these things. So she's the one who self-harms, and with dealing with her family, her mom, knowing what the boys do and everything, and knowing that they're manipulative and horrible, she still loves them and makes excuses for them. And their dad at the time is at first he tries to deal with the boys and everything, and then he just can't stand it anymore, so he goes down to the little room with no windows and pretends to work, but he's really watching TV and just ignoring everybody. And he works late nights and gets up really early in the morning and leaves and has the mom deal with it, and then her mom asks her to help. So it just puts a strain on the family, and if I had sons like that and they weren't changing and I did everything that I could, I would probably try to see if like another family member could take them, maybe shape them or put them up for adoption, because if they're going around killing things and running away and being I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I just like can't wrap my head around. I just finished this the other night, and I meant to do a book review then because it was fresh in my head. But it's just like I kind of just want to block out this book. This might be too much of a spoiler, but I will say that they're taking drugs, which is ecstasy, and he keeps doing it and gets into trouble, and she goes away from her family, and they live with no money, living out of his car, which is an old rundown Honda. And at the first sign of trouble, she gives up. She walks away from all of it, doesn't want to deal with it anymore, and then she kind of like comes back, and Brooks is on E, and he says, you know, like, well, why did you give up on us? I have to prove myself to you, and you were this broken girl with scars and who kept cutting herself, and I had to fix her, and you came up to me and wanted me to fix you, and is going through, and so he starts cutting himself with a kitchen knife on his arm, and you know, for when he went to juvie, and he went through a fire to save her, and so with going through the fire, he cuts himself again, and he had accidentally hit a vein, or he could have hit it on purpose, I don't know, he just kept slashing himself, and so he hit a main vein. She called 911, but I guess hitting a main vein in your arm, it takes a little bit, but I believe it's less than 10 minutes until you bleed out. I know with your thigh, if you hit the main artery, it takes 4 to 5 minutes, and if you hit your carota on your neck, the main one, it takes 1 to 2 minutes before you bleed out and you die. Don't ask me how I know, I just know that. So he does die, and she cremates him and puts his ashes, I think, over, I want to say the Mississippi River. That's sticking out to me, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna find it, because it's just in my head. I'm just trying to find it. Okay, I'm gonna find it now. But, yeah, I don't know if I would personally read this book again. Yeah, at first I tried to get into it, and then I couldn't, and then I kind of put it off for a couple of days of reading it, and I just decided to just move forward. I started it, I want to finish it. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this book to anyone. It's my own thing, I just don't know if anyone else would appreciate it. I don't think I'd ever read this again. This one might be a book that I wouldn't mind giving to a library, or just giving it away to someone. Yeah. So now I'm gonna start on because I wanted to read that book and finish it before I started on the book for my book club that's for this month, which is The Woman in Cabin 10. And I think they're through like the first like 20 chapters, and so if I want to be part of they have a discussion. I joined it on Instagram. It's called Not Your Mother's Book Club, and it was put together by I think 4 or 5 women, all Instagrammers, and anyone can join. You can talk, not talk, whatever. I think like a week or so before the month is over, they put together clues of the next book, like the genre and kind of the clue of the title and other things like that. But the book will be next month, and then they actually put it out. So, and the discussion that they do is every Sunday, and you don't have to read. You can read ahead, you can finish the book, you can still be a little bit behind and put together your own thoughts, but they will talk about the certain chapters. So if it's like 1 through 10 the first week, then they'll talk about those. And you can just read other people's opinions, and if they like it, you don't have to voice your own, which I think is really cool too. So yeah, this is a novel, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This was in my haul video that I did a couple days ago. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And then she's also the author of In a Dark, Dark Wood, which is also in my haul that I had purchased. So, but just kind of like a little bit about this book in case you guys are interested. It is a girl named, I'm just trying to see, Lo, it's L-O, that's her name. Blacklock. She's a journalist, and she was just given an assignment of a lifetime. It was a luxury cruise, and you know, it seems like the water's calm, the sky is clear, everything's great. And so, at first, her stay is nothing but pleasant. The cabins are plush, the dinner parties are sparkling, and the guests are elegant. But as the week wears on, frigid winds whip the deck, gray skies fall, and Lo hears what she can only describe as a dark and terrifying nightmare, a woman being thrown overboard. The problem? All passengers and crew members remain accounted for. And so the ship sails on as if nothing has happened, despite Lo's desperate attempts to convey that something or someone gone terribly, terribly wrong. The surprising twists, spine-tingling turns, and a setting that proves as uncomfortably claustrophobic as it is eerie beautiful, Ruth Ware offers up another taunt, an intense read to The Woman in Cabin 10, one that will leave even the most sure-footed reader restlessly uneasy long after the last page is turned. Even the description sounds really good. And so the little, I don't know if this is a sticker or not. It could just be part of it. Yeah, it's part of the cover. This is an instant New York Times bestseller. I think her other book too was an instant one. So I'm gonna go and start reading this one, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and whatever you do tomorrow or today, if you're watching this the next day, I hope it's good. And I don't know what my next video will be. It might be an unboxing of one of my subscription boxes, since it will take me a little bit to get through this book. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.